Hey guys, it's Lauren and I am in my dorm room, my sophomore year dorm room, and if you haven't seen my dorm room tour, go watch that so you can see my surroundings and see what's going on. I haven't sat down and filmed a video in this room yet, so this is my first one using my ring light and everything. I don't know, for some reason I was just kind of like, I couldn't think of anything to do, so I got a wind of inspiration, so here we are. So today I'm going to be talking about the pros and the cons of working at Disney World from my own experience. And all of these cons I say, I just want to like throw a little disclaimer, like any of the cons I say are just like things that I felt in my experience or things I've heard from other people too. And I'm in no way like bashing the Walt Disney Company, and I'm in no way like trying to hate on the Walt Disney Company, because I still work there and I love it, and I definitely wouldn't trade that for the world. For the Disney World. So I wouldn't trade the world for the Disney World. So yeah, they're just like some little things that I've kind of felt like can be disadvantages from working there. So I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there to start with. Sorry, my hair's like super flat today. I don't know what's happening. But first I'm going to talk about the pros. I'm wearing my little Make Your Dreams Glow shirt. Woo! And it says dream here. Big dream gal. So to start off with, some of the pros of working at Disney World. So one of the first ones is definitely free admission to the parks. Like, it is just the best because people are paying over $100 every single day to be in the park, and I like stroll in for like an hour before my shift and just like sit in Morocco and watch Netflix. Like, I've done that a billion times. So I definitely think that the free admission is the biggest advantage of working there, because people just come from everywhere, and like everyone wants to go to Disney World, I feel like, and when I'm there I get to go every day and I don't have to pay a single thing for it, except for, you know, blood, sweat, and tears. But other than that, I don't have to pay a single thing for it. So it's definitely different, like when you get into the parks for free, it's just a much different experience. Like when you go, I can just go and I get, where's the washer? Like when you go and you know you're not paying for it, I don't feel the need to even like do all the rides. Like I can just go sit and watch the parade or watch a show, or even not even do anything. Like I can just sit on the hub grass at Magic Kingdom, or just sit at a table and literally drink Starbucks and look at my phone, and I don't feel like I'm missing out on something because I can do that whenever I want. So it's just a way different pace. I remember going to the parks when I was little, and like my family would like sprint across the park to get everything done. And then I just get to leisurely stroll and just kind of sit wherever I want and do whatever I want. And that's something that's really cool about it. And it also just provides something, like there's always just something to do. Like when my friends would text me like, hey, what do you want to do tonight? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe we should go see Fantasmic or like the fireworks. It's just, you will always have something to do when you're working there, because you can always go to the parks. And another one with that too is just, I feel like even though you know kind of how everything works, I've seen the park at 4 a.m. when like they're washing the streets down and all these trucks are like driving across the bridges and it's crazy. But like even though I see the backside of it, and literally, and like the underground or just all these different aspects that aren't quite as magical looking, like it makes me appreciate it more because I know how much work goes into it and I see how efficiently it's run. Efficiency, big thing at Disney World. So just seeing all that really makes me appreciate it, and I feel even more involved in the magic of it because I do know how it works, and I know, you know, the kind of people who work there, and it just feels even more magical now that I actually work there. And I've worked there over 2 years now, so that's pretty exciting. You definitely get a more personalized magic, and it just means the park means more to me now than it did before, because I've had so many experiences there now. So everybody gets their own little magic out of working there too. And speaking of that, just making magic for guests and the hugs and all the cute little kids, but not even just the kids, the adults. Like Walt Disney said, Disney's for all ages, and that's really true. Like no matter who you are, anybody can come there, and anybody can, you know, we're all enjoying the same things, and we're all we all grew up looking at the same movies, or just the Disney company itself, and everybody can come, and it's really just a community, the cast members and the guests, where people of all different, you know, ages and from all different places around not only the country but the world can all come together for their common love of Disney, and it really can just bring people together. And although I'm not going to say that every single person who works at Disney World is like a magical and joyful person, like, it really is, you know, we all kind of get each other, and just Disney World, like, we just understand each other's jokes and stuff, especially in your department, like in entertainment. For me, we have these things that, like, everybody in entertainment just understands, and nobody else would understand it, but it's our own little community that we have. But yeah, definitely just making people smile and making people's day, because I know how much people are paying to be there, so getting to, you know, make it worth their while is something I really enjoy. That's why I liked working at Chick-fil-A, because when I worked in the drive-thru and stuff, I liked making every single person be like, wow, that was a really great experience. They were really nice. So that's definitely something that has remained the same in both of my places of work, Chick-fil-A and Disney World, the two happiest places on earth. Or most magical. Yeah. Either way, I think Chick-fil-A is the happiest place on earth, and Disney World's the most magical place on earth. That's what I think. So just making people happy and just bringing joy is definitely something super powerful. Hi, sorry, briefly ran out of space on my camera, but we got it back. So anyway, moving on. So another pro to working at Disney, or an advantage, is I really enjoy seeing Disney in all seasons, because before growing up I only ever saw it on spring break, so getting to see it at Christmas for the first time and at Halloween was definitely something super special for me, because I'd never seen it in the seasons before. I always just kind of saw it how it was normally for the rest of the year. So just being around and seeing it change and seeing how quickly they do it, first of all, is ridiculous. And getting to experience all the different things that go on, like Food and Wine Festival and Flower and Garden, and just seeing the park transform throughout the year is something that I think is really cool, and not a lot of people get to experience it unless they're like annual pass holders and live in the area, or they just visit like all the time. But yeah, another thing with that is winter is the best in Florida. Being from Chicago, it's definitely very different, but I love Florida in the winter. There's nothing better to me than Florida in the winter. So those are like the biggest pros, I think, to working at Disney, and just some of the cool things about it. And now I will talk about some of the not so magical things. I feel like for me, at least, it was very easy for me to get sucked into this Disney bubble where my entire world is just Disney World, and I like did not have any life outside of my job and people at my job who I love. But you know, you kind of want a life outside of your workplace, and definitely, at least like in entertainment for sure, with a lot of people, like I feel like that was just my whole life, and I never got away from it. And that was partly, you know, my own doing, and if I could go back, I may have done things differently in my time full-time there. But it's super easy to get just entrenched in this Disney bubble and not have anything outside of it. And also, as I was talking about with the weather a minute ago, yeah, the summer sucks. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Summer sucks. I don't go outside unless I have to. And low pay, I mean, my job is not the worst. I definitely made do. My rent was really expensive though, so I didn't get to save any money. So I didn't save anything. I probably could have done a better job at saving. I'm not very good at money management. But pretty much if your rent is expensive, which depending on where you live, it might be, or how many people you live with, you really don't have much left over. Like, you can get by for sure, but it's not the best. And the hours are just not fun. Like, I worked the most strange hours. Like, sometimes I'd work at 6 a.m. in the morning, and sometimes I'd work until 3 a.m. at night. So the hours are definitely very strange, and they change all the time, and that makes it kind of difficult. And then, like, the biggest thing to me is I feel like a lot of the time I could just be a number to the company. Like I'm just my Perner number, as they call it, like my ID number. For me, just being kind of a number to the company, that's not something I want for myself for a future career for the rest of my life. Like I want to be valuable, and although, you know, our managers might say we're valuable and we know what we're doing, the work is important, but in the grand scheme of such a huge, like, mega corporation, like a giant company, you really are kind of just a number. So those are some of the biggest things. I definitely love working there, and I wouldn't trade it for the Disney World. So I'll talk to you all next time. Bye.